Holly Ball is going to be the best ever. I'll be going to the children's wing of the hospital, and, well, the RSVP is just pouring in.
I sent an RSVP in yet?
Well, you're exempt. Well, I know you'll be coming. Guess who else is going to be in New York for years?
I haven't the faintest idea.
The Davidsons. Won't that be fun?
Great.
I think that we should all go down Times Square.
Yeah, with thousands of our closest friends. Hey, have I ever told you how wonderful Christmas was growing up in this house? The best part about it was Christmas Eve. Every December 24th, without fail, Grandma would take me shopping downtown. I'll never forget those nights. Everything seemed brighter, more exciting. All the people running around doing last-minute shopping, the church bells ringing, carolers singing in the square. And then Graham would take home and make some of her special eggnog, and we'd decorate the tree with Grandpa. It was fabulous. Memories for a lifetime. Speaking of which, Graham, what do you want for Christmas?
Oh, having you here with me is enough present, Will.
Oh, I'm serious. I need some hints. I too for last-minute shopping this year.
Oh, I think of a thing. When you get to be my age, it doesn't...
I want to hear that kind of talk. Everyone's got a wish list, no matter what age they are.
Where is she calling?
I have no idea.
Well, she seems so down, Will.
Well, it's just the first Christmas since Grandpa died. I can't imagine how hard that must be for her. Grandma and Grandpa were so close. It's almost like they were one person.
Why don't you check on her? Make sure she's all right. What's that, Miss Martin?
Hey, it's one of Grandpa's journals.
Yes, he wrote 4080s. For each year we were married. I never read any of them, of course, until after he died. It's Christmas Eve, and I can hear Will running around downstairs. As usual, he can hardly contain himself. As she does every year, Ruth is about to take him shopping.
What did I tell you?
And as I do every year, I'm spending the evening with Lillian.
Lillian? Who's Lillian?
I have no idea.
You're kidding me.
I wish I were.
You asked me what I wanted for Christmas. I want to know who Lillian is. You want my advice? I tell your grandmother that there's some things that are better left alone.
Yeah, but this is obviously important to her. Besides, how hard could it be?
Anyway, I'm sure glad I decided to stay in town for Thanksgiving. It was a wonderful evening. Tradition, intrigue, fabulous company. Mind if I ask you a question, Will?
Of course not.
Am I going faster on this than you are? Well, if you have to think about it.
No, Julia, look at this from my point of view. 6 months ago, I was in New York, on Wall Street. My grandfather dies. I'm left with his disorganized real estate company. I come here. I'm living with my grandmother.
You're not answering my question.
I'm not sure you can measure a relationship with a stopwatch. Why don't we just keep going as we are and see where it leads?
Well, I know where I want it to lead. Good night, Will. Will, I'd like to apologize.
For what?
Lillian. I just know how much you idolized your grandfather. You two were inseparable when you were growing up. And I don't want anything to change your feelings about him.
can't begin to imagine what it felt like when I read that passage.
Shocked. I thought I knew everything about Warren. I mean, work was work and home was home, and he knew how to keep the two separate.
How many of the journals have you read?
Oh, I don't know. I've just been sort of skipping around from one year to another. It's been wonderful, actually. Reliving different parts of our life.
Why do you think Grandpa kept those journals?
Warren always felt it was important for people to know where they came from, who their ancestors were. Perhaps this was his way of passing down information to future generations.
So he meant for people to read them.
I believe so.
Well, if that's the case, then he meant for people to know about Lillian.
October 25th, William Joseph Martin was born today. 11:16 a.m. 6 pounds, 2 ounces. I never thought I would experience anything as thrilling or profound as when my own son was born. I was wrong. Holding my grandson in my arms filled me with such incredible joy. He has already brightened my world considerably.
Good morning.
Oh, what are you doing in, Miss Cook? It's Thanksgiving weekend.
Same as you, too much work.
What can't wait until Monday?
The year-end books, which we really must go over at some point.
Just make an appointment with Mary on Monday. I have no idea what my schedule is.
Why isn't Mr. Henning in?
I gave everyone the weekend off, remember?
But he's the manager, isn't he?
No, he's not the full-time manager yet. He will be when I go back to New York.
Strange kind of management, if you ask me.
I'm sorry?
May I speak frankly?
You always do.
I'm concerned.
About what?
The business. I don't know how you expect to run things from New York.
It's a brave new world of computers, faxes, and modems. I will be in daily contact with Mr. Henning. I plan to come back at least once a month. I don't foresee any problems.
I do. It's because of that Henning person. I don't like him. And I don't think he's right for Martin Real Estate.
Mr. Henning is a Wharton Business School graduate. He's an efficiency expert whom I expect will bring this company into the 21st century.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. As far as I'm concerned, Martin Real Estate ain't broke.
Good old Miss Cook.
Yeah, you can afford to laugh, Mr. Conrad. She doesn't work for you.
She certainly doesn't.
I have to say, I inherited some real doozies when I took over this business.
In all the years I knew your grandfather, I don't believe you ever fired anyone.
Well, it shows.
Oh, Warren was a wonderful man. Great with people. But I'll tell you this, he did have one big problem, and it cost him over the years.
What was that?
He had no killer instinct. I remember once, I had us lined up this real estate deal that was so sweet. We both could have raked in the money. but Warren refused to do it.
Why?
Well, he said it didn't feel right to him.
So did you do it?
I couldn't get the money together. Hunter Hoggard ended up with the thing.
Hager, well, you're not talking about that condominium complex over on State Street, are you?
The very same.
I remember driving past that complex when I was a kid. Grandpa would tell the same story over and over about how they tore down a lot of low-income housing when they built the place. Put a lot of people out on the street.
That's why he didn't want to do it. Didn't bother Hoggard, though. He made a fortune. Opportunities like that don't come along every day, Will. Remember that.
Oh. Let me ask a question. In all the years, did he ever mention a woman named Lillian?
No, not that I recall. Of course, when Warren and I got together, we always talked business. My first paw. Thank you.
Check this out. Scott sent me a knish from the Big Apple.
I was wondering what was in that package.
Yeah, no turkey leftovers for me tonight, Graham. A knish from the Knish Nosh in Queens. Ah, heaven.
Tell me, what would this weekend be like if you were in New York?
I don't know. Football game in Central Park. Maybe meet the boys afterwards for some pizza. The Knicks were in town taking a basketball game.
Sounds to me like you can't wait to get back.
Well, my leave of absence is up in January, Graham.
I know. And I know how much you had to give up to come. Now go eat your knish.
Graham, I took some of Grandpa's journals from the study to read. I noticed you left 1974 on the shelf. Too hard for you?
I'm not sure it's something I want to relive.
My heart is so full I can hardly write. The death of my son, my only child, is too much to bear. And to lose his precious wife as well is unthinkable. I still find myself expecting them to walk through the door at any moment. And almost harder than dealing with my own grief is explaining what has happened to Will. A senseless car accident has destroyed not only 2 lives, but has forever altered Will's as well. How do we tell him his parents are never coming back? How can Ruth and I ever take their place?
Ready to shake things up here, Will? There it is. 2 months of research into Martin real estate. It confirms everything we talked about. This company is way behind the times. We need to replace some of our agents. We need to raise the rent on quite a few properties.
I heard that.
And we have to change the look of this place. And I've been into the other real estate companies here in town. You walk in here, it's like stepping back into the past. Image is everything, Will. I spoke to Miss Cook. I asked her to come up with an estimate for replacing the office furniture.
Good luck.
Speaking of whom, When is she due for retirement?
About 10 years ago. I've got an appointment. I'm late. I look forward to reading your report, Jim.
It's quite complete, if I do say so myself.
Mr. Martin, there's a Mr. Quinn to see you. He says it's important.
I'll deal with it. This guy's months behind in his rent.
Months?
Months.
I gotta go.
Mr. Martin?
Hi, Mr. Henning.
Hi. Jim Henning here.
Hi, Peter Quinn.
Another Christmas Eve and another visit with Lillian. I do feel guilty going to see her. But it's the right thing to do. The only thing to do.
Graham, what do you think you're doing?
Good morning, Will.
Get down from there. Let me do that.
Well, I can handle it. Besides, what do you expect me to do when you go back to New York?
I expect your housekeeper to do it.
Well, tell me, how many grandmothers does it take to change a light bulb?
I don't know.
One. It's done. You look tired.
I didn't sleep very well.
Something keeping you up?
It's probably something I ate.
You need your sleep, Will.
Yeah, I know. I'm late. I gotta go.
Thanks for the call, Will.
Hey, you're quite welcome, Mr. Spellman.
Frankly, I'm surprised that you're thinking about selling. You do know that this was the first building your grandfather purchased.
Yes, I do. And it'll be tough to let it go, but I have to do something to help balance the books.
I'm sure you're asking a small fortune.
Well, we both know real estate. Location.
Location.
And this building has it.
Well, I am definitely interested in discussing this further. I'll give you a call.
Terrific.
Thanks, Will.
So, Sherlock, any luck with Lillian? Are you okay?
Sure. Why?
Oh, you just seem a little distant.
I was going through one of the journals the other night. I found something.
Ah, the plot thickens.
In one entry, he wrote that he was feeling guilty about going to see Lillian.
Well, I said it once, and I'll say it again. Drop the whole thing.
Grandpa was like a father to me. He was always there, you know. Came to all my baseball games. He took me fishing. I don't know what I would have done without him.
So, let's talk about our trip to New York.
Julia, I don't think there's gonna be a trip to New York.
Why not? I thought you liked the idea.
I just don't feel comfortable leaving the office for a week.
But we've been talking about this.
I know we have, and believe me, I would love to get away to New York, but it's just not gonna happen.
Next thing I know, you'll be canceling out on the Holly Ball.
No, I promise I'll be there. When is it again? I'm kidding. Next Friday, right?
Saturday.
Saturday. I'll write that down. Check, please.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
'Tis the season.
Hi, honey.
Hey, this one mine?
Now, put that down.
You want some help?
Know how to make a bow?
Sure do. Hey, Graham. What do you think about Julia? Never mind. That look says it all.
She's very beautiful, Will.
I don't know. I never took it that seriously. But she does. Anyway. How'd you feel about getting away for a while?
Away?
Yeah, I was thinking about giving you a cruise for Christmas. Might be good for you.
Not having much luck with Lillian, are you?
That's one of the things I love about you, Graham. You're not going to be outsmarted by some Harvard boy. I've just been giving this a lot of thought, and are you sure you want to know about Lillian? Maybe it's best to just leave it alone.
Oh, I wish I could, but it's not that I want to know. I need to know.
Was there ever a time when you and Grandpa didn't get along?
Well, we've had our ups and downs. Any couple does, especially if they've been together as long as Warren and I were. There was a time, though, after your parents died, Will. We were both devastated, of course. It definitely strained our relationship. We were not that close for quite some time.
And Grandpa didn't write in his journal for the rest of the year after Mom and Dad died. I couldn't find one for 1975. And then shortly after he started writing again, that's when he first mentioned Lillian. So it's a safe bet that he met her sometime between 1974 and 1976. But he never talks about her. He never goes into any detail.
I was thinking it must have been someone at work.
An employee.
Maybe our client. Enid Cook's been at Martin Real Estate from the beginning. Maybe she could be of some help.
The only place Enid Cook wants to help me is out the front door. I just don't connect with that woman.
You know who's kept track of your grandfather's every move? Renee Carr. You met her once, didn't you? She was your grandfather's favorite secretary.
The redhead.
She now has her own dance studio down on Bellefontaine. She's a better dancer than Julia.
She better dancer than me.
Oh. Now wait, watch the back. Oh, no, stop that.
I'm gonna drop you.
Just stop that, Bill.
Very good, Christine. Turning.
My name's Justin. I'm the DJ.
Hi, Justin. I'm Will Martin.
You here to see my mom?
I am if her name's Renee.
That's her.
And ending with a curtsy? Very good today, girls. Okay, listen up. Okay, we only have 3 weeks until the recital, and we do need to have our costumes ready a week before so we can have a full dress rehearsal.
Mom, this is...
Will Martin.
Hi.
Hello.
Surprised you remember.
Well, I couldn't forget even if I wanted to. Your grandfather talked about you all the time.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't worry, all good things. So what can I do for you? I'm sure you didn't come here for ballet lessons.
Actually, I'm looking for a Christmas gift for my grandmother. I thought maybe you could help me. Would you have time to grab a cup of coffee?
I'm sorry, I have to get Justin home.
Maybe tomorrow.
Actually, I have classes all day tomorrow.
Another time, then. Nice to meet you, Justin.
Mom, can we come over for dinner tomorrow?
Oh, we're busy tomorrow night, sweetie.
How about the next night?
No, Justin, really, it's...
Friday. That'd be a good night.
He'll wear me down until I say yes. Are you busy Friday? Really, I'd like you to come.
7 o'clock?
7 o'clock?
Okay, 7 o'clock.
Great.
Great.
Thanks for the invite, Justin.
Oh, by the way, your grandfather always bought your grandmother's gifts at Taylor's Jewelry.
Oh, thanks.
May I help you?
Hi, are you Mr. Taylor?
Yes, I am.
I'm Will Martin, Mr. Taylor. Will Martin's grandson.
Will Martin. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Thanks. I understand my grandfather always bought my grandmother's gear.
Oh, that's correct. Eve Town started to grow and confidence increased. Never wavered in his look.
Well, I was just on my lunch hour and I saw you through the window. Hello, Miss Taylor.
Good day, Julia.
So what are you doing here?
I was just getting started on my Christmas shopping.
Oh. Well, I guess I'll be going then. Forget you ever saw me.
So, you and Miss Welsh.
Yeah, dating, but really it's my grandmother that I'm here for.
Wait right here, Mr. Martin. I have some for you. Your grandfather had me make this for your mother. But he died before he could pick it up. I've been waiting for proper time to deliver it.
That's beautiful.
Oh, very particular about that stone. I got to in before he found one he liked. People can be very particular when it comes to a birthstone.
Excuse my ignorance, but it is an emerald?
That's correct. Lucky women born a emerald for a birthstone. Is something wrong, Mr. Martin?
My girl was born in September.
All the things God has asked of us during our time here on earth, perhaps the hardest to achieve is the ability to forgive.
Come in. What is it, Miss Cook? I'm kind of...
You must talk with Jim Henning. He has this notion that we have to change the look of the office. I'm swamped with work. He's hounding me an estimate on new furniture.
I'll speak with Jim. We'll put a moratorium on further discussion of new office furniture until the beginning of the year.
Have you had a check at my books yet?
No, I'm going to have Jim do it.
I don't want that anywhere near my books. Now, you're the realist.
Down.
I can't calm down. I don't like what's going on in this office. You mark my words, when you leave, and that man is running things, this company's going to fall.
Something tells me if I stay, you'd feel the same way.
Mr. Martin, with all respect, when your grandfather did this business, his handshake was as good as his word. And then your father started working here. They were like two peas in a pod, working side by side.
About my father, Miss Cook?
I beg your pardon?
What was he like?
He was a lot like your grandfather.
In what way?
In the way he treated people, for one. And he loved this business as much as your grandfather did. It wasn't just a job to him.
And he would be running Martin Estate had he not died.
Yes, I suppose so.
Look, I am not my grandfather, nor am I my father. But I am running business. And as long as I'm in charge, I suggest you and Miss Henning find a way to get along.
You're late.
Dessert time.
Yay!
Chocolate cake, my favorite.
Mine too.
Looks good.
I can name all the dinosaurs.
So can I.
You can't.
I can. You want me to prove it? Brontosaurus, Stegosaurus, Allosaurus, Plateosaurus, Gorosaurus, Tyrannosaurus, Lambeosaurus, Coryphorus.
You're pretty good with the stores.
Yes, I am. Triceratops, Proceratops, Pteranodon, Dimetrodon, and Parasaurolophus.
That's it?
That's it.
Iguanodon.
I should have known that one.
You did pretty good.
Thanks.
Justin said goodnight.
Does it need kid?
Oh, he sure is fond of you. Like some coffee?
I'd love some.
So you've spent every day since giving looking for Lillian.
Yeah, I've spoken to a number of Grandpa's old business associates. I've been through his records at work. Now you don't know who he is. Frankly, I'm out of ideas.
At all the journals?
No, there's 48 journals.
Well, he has to be in one of them.
That's what I thought. Boy, Mr. Taylor showed me that emerald. It was like a slap in the face. And who he bought that for obviously meant a lot to him.
I'm sure there's another explanation.
Like what?
I don't know. Maybe a
Grandpa had a cousin, we would have known of it.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll go through all my old calendars from the office and what I can find.
Sure, I'd really appreciate that. Get made, I better go. Thanks, dinner. I'm glad Justin did me.
Yeah, I'm glad he too.
Good night.
Oh, I swear you look just like your grandfather sitting there.
Grandma, I didn't see you come in.
When Warren was your age. Oh, the resemblance is remarkable.
I was just, looking for some things.
Yes, well, I bet you get back to it.
For a great trip, love, L.
Will, who are you talking to?
Nobody, just myself.
Well, I think you've been in here too long. Look at this place.
Don't worry, I'll clean it up, Grim.
I just to be sure you hadn't forgotten about the Holly Wall. Yeah, well, you better hurry. I don't think you want to keep Julia waiting.
Right. Thanks for reminding. I'll take care of the stuff tomorrow. See you. Julia, you'll never believe what happened.
You're late. That's what happened.
I found her of her.
A picture of whom?
Of Lillian, look. Look, it's her.
Do you think you could just forget about that woman for a couple of years?
I'll try, but this changes everything. I think I can find her.
Please, put that picture away. There's Mr. Carlyle. He's one of the most prominent lawyers in town. You really need to know him.
White wine, anyone?
You run into James? Oh, very well. Thank you.
Grandpa, of course, but you've never seen these two people. She wrote this.
Mr. and Mrs. Somerson, would you excuse us for a moment?
Nice to meet you, too. Oh, they bought their first house at Martin Real Estate. That's what no idea.
What do you think you're doing, Will?
What do you mean?
Showing that picture to everybody. This is the oddest Christmas present I've ever heard of. Trust me. Buy your grandmother a nice strand of opera pearls and she'll forget all about you.
Do you have any idea what this means to my grandmother? Or to me, for that matter?
Well, I suppose I'm gonna have to find out whether I want to or not.
No, actually, you don't. You don't have to know anything about me or my grandmother or anything for that matter, because that would take away from you thinking about yourself, and we wouldn't want that now, would we?
I don't know what you're being so sarcastic about.
Yeah? I'm not being sarcastic. I'm being honest. The truth is, I don't think this is right for us. Maybe we should give some thought.
Wow, don't you look nice?
There was a party at the club. I got bored.
Come on in. I'm just taking a fresh batch of cookies out of the oven. Oh, listen, I'm sorry I didn't have a chance to get out those calendars. Will, though. I promise. Something wrong?
I think I found Lillian. At least on their picture. Look. Lowell. Do you recognize either of them?
Not the woman, but the man. Phil Askew. That's his name. Your grandfather went on a field trip with him every year. At least he did during the 5 I was working for him.
Do you remember anything else about him?
I think he owns an insurance company here in town.
Phil Askew.
Are you sure okay?
I found this picture in Grandpa's study. Graham came in. And I hid it. I couldn't show it to her. I mean, before Lillian was just a name, but not real. I guess I'm afraid of what I'm gonna find out. Hi, Mr. Askew. This is Will Martin, Martin's grandson. I'm fine, thanks. I was wondering if I could pay you a visit, Mr. Askew. Yeah, I want to talk to you concerning my grandfather. No, well, I prefer to do it in person if... Great. Would this afternoon be okay? Great. Yeah, just a second. Okay, go ahead. Front Drive 49. See you this afternoon then. Okay, bye-bye. This is a nice surprise.
The calendars. Just in case.
Thanks.
Any luck, Phil Askew?
Yeah, I just talked to him.
Turns out he's retired and moved to Edenton Lake. I'm going to visit him this afternoon.
And hopefully your problem will be solved. Where's your nameplate?
My what?
Nameplate. You know, plate, usually brass with your name on it. Well, you have to have one. Your grandfather did.
In that case, I better get one.
And what about you?
What about me?
Well, you have your own business now. You just give all this up and go back to New York?
That's the plan.
Anyway, I'm sure you're very busy. Let me know how it goes in Edenton Lake.
I will. Have you and Justin ever been there?
Oh, a long time ago.
Would you like to go? It's a long trip, you know, I could use the company. I mean, if you're busy.
Well, we were going to do some Christmas shopping, but I know what Justin would rather do.
So come.
Bet you don't know which dinosaur has teeth the size of a butcher knife.
It's your fault. You hadn't impressed him with your knowledge of dinosaurs.
That would be the T-Rex, Justin.
Too easy.
Yes, it was.
How about this one? Which dinosaur would make the best waiter in a restaurant?
Let me think. I don't know. Which dinosaur would make the best waiter at a restaurant?
A stegosaurus, because he can carry the plates on his back.
Quick wit for a 6-year-old.
Yeah, sometimes too quick.
Can we get something to eat?
Let's just wait till we get to the lake, sweetie.
But I'm hungry.
Justin.
I could use a break too, actually.
That's 2 against 1.
I don't think I like what's going on here. Oh.
Hey, Will, watch this.
So I'm Mr. Martin.
Something that's none of my business.
Well, I'll be the judge of that.
I was just wondering where Justin's father is.
Dad's in Europe. We were divorced 3 years ago. When a job was offered to him in France last year, he jumped at it. Haven't heard from him since. It seems he doesn't really care if he's a part of Justin's life at this point.
Sorry to hear that.
Same here. For Justin's sake, anyway.
I'm not having a dad at that age.
You know, Will, I was really glad I stopped by at Martin Real Estate today. Brought back good memories.
I still can't get over how Enid Cook lit up when she saw you. I've been working there 4 months. It's the first time I've ever seen her smile.
You're too hard on her.
She's too hard on me.
I feel sorry for her. She's had a difficult life.
Sorry for her? Why?
You're not aware of what happened with Enid at work, are you?
No.
Maybe it's not place.
Oh, sure it is.
This isn't funny.
I'm not laughing.
Okay, Enid never married. She never had any children. When she was younger, she devoted all of her time taking care of parents. The medical bills started to pile up over the years, and I guess after a while it just became too much for her to handle. So she sort of borrowed money from Martin Real Estate.
Borrowed?
Without your grandfather's knowledge.
What, Enid Cook embezzled from Martin Real Estate?
Everyone in the office knew of it. We thought she'd get fired for sure.
Why didn't she?
It was your grandfather. Not only did he not fire her, but he paid off all of her medical bills and promoted her to accountant.
He promoted her? I guess he figured she was good with numbers.
Look at it this way, Will. Enid Cook has been the most loyal employee at Martin Real Estate ever since. You know, your grandfather was actually a very wise man. He knew how to get the best out of people and how to help them reach their own potential.
Hello, Mr. Askew.
Well, it's great to see you. And Renee, will you look at you? You haven't changed at all.
That's very kind of you, Mr. Askew. This is my son, Justin.
Well, hello, Justin. Come on in. Come on. Oh, it didn't matter how busy you was. You always made time for a yearly fishing trip.
I remember.
Those were great times. Can't tell you how often I think about your grandfather. So what about you, Will? You doing any fishing? You should come up here sometime.
Thank you, sir. I may take you up on that.
And you too. You know, having a woman on the boat's always good luck.
Ask you, do you remember this fishing trip?
Oh, I sure do. We never had a better trip than this one. Like I said, having a woman on board's good luck. My wife could outfish both of us.
Your wife?
Lucy. She passed away about a year before. A very difficult year and a half for me. I missed them both terribly.
Lucy. Can you believe it? Guess I'm back to square one.
What about the other names from the journals? You said you were making a list.
Every friend, every relative, nothing but dead ends. 2 weeks left till Christmas. Boy is out, he's out.
Yeah. And it's the only time he's quiet.
Hey, thanks for coming today, Renee. May have been a wild goose chase, but you helped make it a pleasant one.
Thanks for asking.
Good night.
How's it going, Will?
Grandpa, why? Why did you write about Lillian? Why did you send us on this journey? Morning, Sheila.
Will be too late. The only way of dealing with the situation is to toss him out on the street.
You may go now, Miss Cook.
You may be the manager at this company, but you clearly have a lot to learn about people.
You are an accountant, Miss Cook, not an agent.
That is beside the point.
That is the point. It is not your place to tell me.
Good morning. Jim, could I see you in my office, please?
That woman is gone as soon as possible. I terminated Quinn's lease yesterday. Miss Cook caught wind of it and stormed in office.
Why was she so upset?
Said he was a loyal customer. Martin Real Estate had been for years, always paid rent on time. He is 3 months behind. We cannot tolerate that kind of an attitude. Martin Real Estate is a business, not a charity. She is absolutely infuriating.
Enid Cook started working here 40 years ago. As a member of the old guard she's trying to preserve, what feels Martin Real Estate is all about.
Well, what it's about the change. I mean, that's what we talked about when we first started here.
That change can take time. I want you and Enid to find a way to get along. Because frankly, I'm tired of being your referee. And Jim, in the future, any major decision, I need to be informed before it's implemented.
Of course.
Thank you.
You look flustered.
It's been a wild morning. The lines are being drawn at Martin Real Estate. In one corner, Enid Cook. And the other, Jim Henning. You're invited to the next fight.
Well, if I have to choose sides.
Yeah, I know. He'll be watering down between rounds.
Especially now. I was just informed that my rent will be going up the first of the year, and something tells me the letter didn't come from you.
No, it didn't. It did put Jim in charge of getting our rental properties to market level.
Oh, he's doing a good job then.
Oh, so?
You don't sound convinced.
When I first interviewed Jim, he had the style I was looking for. He was smart, intelligent, ambitious, experienced, but lately I'm not so sure.
You want my opinion? And I'm not just saying this because my rent's being raised. But your grandfather always put people before profit. And as a result, he built a successful business.
There you go.
Thank you.
Well, speaking of my grandfather, I went to his lawyer's office this morning. I found out he left money in his will to care for an unnamed individual.
An unnamed individual?
When I heard that, something clicked. Something occurred to me that I had never thought of before. Grandpa constantly mentions in his journals how much he loves her.
And?
What if Lillian is a child?
I'm beginning to think that you don't know your grandfather very well.
I know him better than ever since I've read these journals. I swear, sometimes I think he's speaking to me.
Maybe he is.
Is it all right that I leave now, Mr. Martin?
Yeah, sure. I'll close up. Good night, Mary.
Good night.
Hey, Graham. Why did you and Grandpa only have one child? It's an odd question, but I'm curious.
Well, when your father was born, we were very content. Warren was extending his business, and I was busy raising Samuel. It just felt complete. You're thinking Lillian is a child, aren't you?
I'm sorry. I don't mean to make this more painful for you.
It's not something that didn't occur.
Aren't you angry, Graham? Angry at Grandpa for this Lillian?
Disappointed, maybe, but not angry. You're not. Oh, I knew I shouldn't have gotten you involved in this.
No, don't think that, really. In fact, I'm beginning to think that this search for Lillian is one of the best things that's ever happened to me. Reading the journals, talking to people like Grandpa. And it's strange. Lately, I've been finding Grandpa's life in practically every aspect of my own. At home, at work. I was just talking to Renee about this today. It's almost as if his spirit is here with me. With us. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
I really need an extension on the leave, Mr. Lynch. Yes, I know, sir. 6 months was very generous, but there's more to running a real estate office than I thought. I can't do that, sir. It's a family business. There's no way I'm going to sell it. Yes, sir. You've made yourself very clear. I'll see you in February, then. Miss Cook?
Your grandfather was the only man I ever worked for. I assumed everyone was like him, but they're not. I've given this a lot of thought, and I've decided there's no way I'll be able to work with Jim Henning. What he did to Mr. Quinn was the last straw. That poor man has a family. 2 small children. He lost his job. That can happen to anyone, and just because he's fallen on some hard times.
What are you saying, Miss Cook?
I will be leaving at the end of the year. This is my resignation.
Will, have you had dinner yet?
No, not yet, Graham.
I've been keeping this warm for you.
What is it?
It's knish.
Oh, thanks.
Mm.
Where'd you get them?
That wasn't me. I made them myself.
You made these?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. That's really good.
What did you say?
No, absolutely not. It's great. Better than the condition wash.
The cost is
I have a lot on my mind.
million.
That's one thing.
I have to say, I never thought it would be this difficult.
Neither did I.
What else is troubling you? You've been moping here for days.
Trying to find a way to tell you this, Graham. Enid quit last year.
Quit? Why?
She had her reasons. The real reason is I'm doing something wrong at Martin Real Estate.
Mr. Pa knows that I didn't teach business school. I've got a lot of changes to make the office hard.
I'm sorry to barge in like this. I probably should have called. I wanted to speak in person. Hi, Mrs. I'm afraid there's been a little mistake. It came to my attention that your lease was dated. And I know that you were in touch with me, Mr. Quinn.
I was. Mr. Henning, that he's in charge of the delinquent accounts.
But he should have consulted me before taking such an action. I'm new at it. I've made some mistakes, and this is one of them. I'm hoping you'll do. Would you stay?
I don't know when I'm going to be able to get a job trying, but
You'll pay well too.
thank you. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas, Mr. Martin.
Merry
la 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 la. Stir up and join the chorus. Fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Fa la 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 la. Follow me in merry measure. Fa la 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 la. While I tell of Yuletide treasure. Fa la 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 la.
Well,
Hey, Justin!
what are you doing here?
I'm just paying a visit.
What are you up and up, Edie? So, don't you look happy?
I was up all night. I've never felt better.
Land searching?
No, I'm searching.
Are you still convinced that Lynn's a daughter?
I don't know what to think. One name left in the middle. Jose Rivera. I'm not holding my... He owns a Christmas tree farm my grandpa used to go to every year. I doubt that he'll know anything about Lillian, but at the very least we can get a Christmas tree. You and Justin want to come tomorrow?
Yeah, we'd love to.
Great, we can go after the party.
Party?
The office party. I'd really like you to.
Oh, well, I haven't worked in years. I think I'd feel out of place.
Oh, you won't. It's staff and a few clients.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Well, it would be fun to see everyone.
I'll see you at noon.
See you later, Justin.
Mom, he kissed you.
Yes, he did.
Will.
Hi. Well, I'm glad you're in a festive mood.
Why?
How's Christmas parties tomorrow? You're in...
Oh.
I know that for the holly ball, but, you know, this is different.
Will, I love to go to the office party with your grandfather, but I just don't think I can do it this year. I'm not ready yet. Hope you'll understand.
Miss Cook, do you have the Christmas bonus envelopes?
Yes.
My grandfather used to hand out personal each year. I'd like the same. Miss Cook, I know you've made up your mind about leaving,
Yes, I think I made my reasons quite clear.
but I hope after the party, you'll reconsider.
Just the man I wanted to be. Word's gotten out. We're thinking about selling our building on Hampton Boulevard. Sterling Conrad's called. Hunter Hop. I think that we can get a very nice price for this. It'll be a great way to start the new year, Will.
Jim, the Hampton is not for sale.
We discussed this. I mean, it costs way too much to renovate. No. Don't get a speech now. This is the first one that your grandfather bought. Well, you can't make business decisions based on sentimental reasons.
A few months ago, I've agreed with you, but I know.
What are you talking about?
Look, Jim, I've been giving this a thought, and I think you'd be happier working somewhere other than Martin Real Estate.
I don't understand. We have a plan. We remember saying.
Plans can change, and so can people. Don't worry. You will have settlements, and you will land on your feet, I am sure.
You and Martin Real Estate I'm worried about.
Well, it might be a little rough first, but, you know, we'll be fine. Here's your Christmas bonus. Hey, waiting for you. Before I made my announcement. Let's go. Excuse me. Could I have turn the music down for just a second? Thank you. Hi, welcome. I'm sure my grandfather's been very much on everyone's minds these past months. He was the guiding force in Martin real estate for over 50 years. And for the brief time I worked for the office, my father was very influential here. When Grandpa died, he left it to me. And must be honest, I wasn't sure that I did. I was living in New York City and making a terrific salary. I was climbing the corporate ladder so far I could hardly feel the rungs beneath my feet. And real estate seemed like a big distraction. But in 5 months since I arrived, some mistakes. And I learned some things, and I now realize that Martin real estate is not a detour, destination. What I'm trying to say is I decided not to go back to New York. Maybe destiny is too heavy-handed a word, but I do feel that I was meant to come here and follow in the footsteps of my father and grandfather. And I promise that I will do everything I can to fill their shoes. And all I ask is your patience. So, happy holidays, and thanks a lot for Miss Cook, thank you.
So this is your moment.
Okay. This is both of our moments.
One.
So tells me if you don't find Lillian, your grandmother won't mind. It's the best gift you could have given her.
We still have to use Renee. This journey isn't over until we do. Want to go pick out a tree?
They all look the same to me.
I don't know. I think the really big one's back there. Excuse me. Would you happen to be Rivera?
Depends on why you're asking.
I'm Will Martin, Mr. Rivera, Warren Martin's grandson.
Mr. Martin, very pleased to meet you. Come to pick up your grandmother's tree? About 10. Most of the really good ones are gone.
I don't know. I have something for us.
You know, your grandfather's always here at least 3 weeks before Christmas.
No.
Kane himself sends some employee.
That's great for you.
You know, the reason I have this was because of you.
I didn't know. I'm not surprised.
It's the personal loan when I couldn't bank loan. Great man, your grandfather.
Did my grandfather ever mention a woman named Lillian?
Not that I remember. Only Ruth. He used to say you have to have the most beautiful tree for the most beautiful woman in the world.
Found one bigger than all the others.
Jose, just earlier, which tree did your grandmother's?
What about
the other one?
Yeah, your father always had a tree to live Martha Fields. Big one, too.
Martha Fields? Where is she?
Well, I don't have the address, but I can get it for you, though.
I'd appreciate it, thanks. Now there's another one?
Well,
I know, there's a perfect logical explanation.
of course there is.
I admire your unthinkable belief in my grandfather, but it's exasperating. First he and now Martha?
800, fully.
That's...
You will.
Good luck.
Oh, you think you're up for another date? There's three of us going to give Excuse me.
Thank you.
I'm looking for the manager.
That would be me. I'm Mrs. Baker.
Oh, hi, Mrs. Baker. My name's Will Martin. I'm Will Martin's grandson.
Oh, yes. Oh, it's so nice to finally meet.
Thanks. I'm sorry about the tree. I didn't know that it was too late. I'll have it delivered this afternoon.
Oh, that would be perfect. I can deck tonight in honor of your grandfather. Will you joining us tomorrow?
I'm sorry?
Oh, your grandfather's tradition. He came here every Christmas Eve.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He always stuck his head in every room. He wished all our patients a Merry Christmas before he went to sit with Lillian.
Lillian?
She's our longest resident. 20 years, I believe it is. She has no family, but your grandfather came to visit every month. Always made sure he spent a little extra time with her on Christmas Eve. He was her only visitor, and he could not have been more faithful.
May I see her?
Certainly. She's been in bad health for so many years, she hardly responds to anybody. Sleeps most of the time.
How did the grandfather know her?
I'm really not sure. I've only been here for a couple of years.
Oh, that 1 years ago, she fell asleep at the wheel, crashed into her car head-on, killing another couple. Did you say she had her for 24 years?
Yes.
And that a young couple was killed?
Yes. Are you all right, Mr. Martin? Mr. Martin?
Yeah. Go ahead, open it up, Justin.
Oh, this is great, Will.
They were more when I was your age. I hope you like them.
Well, since we're opening presents, this one's for you. Do you like it?
No, I love it.
It's for you, Mrs. Martin. It's from Elf.
Wow. Thank you, Justin. Oh, this is beautiful, Will.
Not for me. It's from Grandpa. It was at Taylor's Jewelry. He stopped by. Having it made for you before he died.
Oh.
Why emerald, Graham?
It's not your birthstone.
No. No, it isn't. But May is that your grandfather and I. And he always said that May was the luckiest month of his life. It's beautiful.
I have one more gift, Beacon. First, we have to take a little trip.
Your grandfather always wanted to protect me from everything. He did what I couldn't.
You sure you don't do that?
Yes, I do. I think I'll stay here for a little while.
Hey, Merry Christmas.
I give you two little